Мои сестры заигрывали с ним, осыпая его подарками. Тем временем родители внимательно подслушивали мои мысли, сжимая кулаки все сильнее и сильнее. Я валялась на кровати, листая сплетни о своих сестрах, совершенно не подозревая, что все в гостиной тоже получают информацию. Ух ты, Виктория влюблена в Лиама. Прямо-таки романтическая влюбленность. Она даже украла у него поцелуй еще в старшей школе. Что? Выражение лица миссис Миллер изменилось. Ее острый взгляд остановился на Лиаме. Лиам не слышал моих мыслей, но взгляд нашей матери заставил его сердце забиться быстрее. Виктория и Эшли были в шоке. Кто только что говорил? Тот, кто отреагировал быстрее всех. Моя вторая сестра, Ханна, уже взяла себя в руки, бросив на Викторию сложный взгляд. Мой внутренний голос снова зазвучал. ТЦ. Хорошо, что поцелуй был только в щеку. Если бы они поцеловались в губы, кем бы они тогда стали, как брат и сестра? С другой стороны, они не кровные родственники, так что поцелуй в губы не будет чем-то особенным. Они просто поженятся, когда вырастут. Виктория вскочила на ноги, оглядывая комнату в отчаянии, пытаясь найти источник сплетен. Кто несет эту чушь? Внезапно Ханна перестала спешить звонить мне. Эти сплетни были слишком забавными. С этой мыслью она снова села. Эшли взглянула на мрачное выражение лица старшей сестры и тоже тихо села, ее чувства были в полном беспорядке. Виктория влюблена в Лиама. Разве это не немного неправильно? Увидев, что Виктория внезапно замолчала, миссис Миллер мгновенно поняла, что происходит, и быстро велела горничной принести фруктовое блюдо, чтобы все могли послушать сплетни. Это будет интересно. Ха-ха. Виктория даже написала Лиаму любовное письмо. Она планировала тайно передать его ему после окончания учебы, и оно до сих пор спрятано в ее ящике. Что? Она даже написала любовное письмо. Моя старшая сестра Виктория была ошеломлена. Неужели это говорил ее недавно вернувшийся родной брат Итан? Голос был слишком незнакомым, чтобы принадлежать Лиаму. Виктория крепко сжала кулаки. Откуда Итан мог знать что-то настолько личное? Дай мне посмотреть, что написано в письме. «Нет, не говори вслух», — воскликнула Виктория, закрывая лицо руками. «Виктория, что случилось? Ты плохо себя чувствуешь?» С беспокойством спросил Лиам. Увидев, как она покачала головой, он больше не обратил на это внимания и сел, чтобы продолжить разоблачить свое присутствие. Он подумал про себя. «Позвольте Итану увидеть, как сильно меня любят наши сестры. Я настоящий любимый сын в этой семье. Что это? Школьное сочинение. Ха-ха. Любовное письмо-эссе». Любовное письмо Виктории безжалостно высмеивали, и ее лицо покраснело. Ханна, Эшли и мама изо всех сил пытались держать смех. «Ха-ха. Когда я впервые увидела тебя, ты был как огонь зимой, согревающий все мое сердце. Ха-ха. Красота есть на другом берегу реки, но ты на левой стороне моей груди. В моем сердце. Перестань говорить». Виктория чувствовала себя как вареный лобстер, прочитанный с головы до ног. «О боже! О боже!» Моя серьезная, сдержанная и блестящая старшая сестра написала такое банальное и нелепое любовное письмо. Такое банальное и такое нелепое. Миссис Миллер прикрыла рот рукой, но думала, что должна найти это письмо, прочитать его, а потом уничтожить. Эшли смеялась так сильно, что ее глаза почти исчезли. Она повернулась к своей старшей сестре, с которой она часто ссорилась, спросила: «Виктория, можно я позже возьму твой компьютер?» «Да ладно», — последовал приглушенный ответ, полный неуверенности Виктории в себе. Сплетни ходят и об Эшли. Хе-хе, после драмы Виктории настала очередь Эшли. Я так смеялась, что чуть не скатилась с кровати. Теперь настала очередь Эшли смущаться. «О боже, пожалуйста, пусть это не будет ничего плохого». Виктория перестала закрывать лицо руками, выпрямилась и приготовилась наслаждаться зрелищем. Лиам с удовольствием разворачивал свои подарки в одиночестве, время от времени задавая вопросы, на которые рассеянная группа отвечала безапелляционно. Он не возражал. Он сиял от восторга, представляя себе завистливый и ревнивый взгляд на моем лице, что доставляло ему невероятное удовлетворение. Эшли такая маленькая проказница. Когда она была ребенком, она разбила старинную вазу папы, а потом склеила ее обратно суперклеем, который купила сама. Ага, папа до сих пор не узнал. А боже, Боже, это же антиквариат эпохи династии Мин, за который папа заплатил 30 миллионов на аукционе. Это его самая ценная вещь. Что? 30 миллионов из династии Мин? Эшли опустила голову. Не смея смотреть на маму, она мысленно рыдала. Откуда об этом знает Итан? Ты мелкая расточительница. Миссис Миллер бросила на нее злобный взгляд. Ха-ха. А еще она испортила коллекцию антикварных картин мамы. Она даже использовала кухонные специи, чтобы закрасить повреждения точно таким же образом. И мама смотрела на нее бесчисленное количество раз, даже не заметив. Это была та самая картина, которую все видели. Эшли испортила ее и замазала специями. А боже! Когда они были детьми, их ругали просто за то, что они ее трогали. А Эшли ее повредила. Все кончено. Виктория взглянула на младшую сестру. Эту девочку уже не спасти. Она была безнадежна, и ее вот-вот изобьют. Иначе мы не будем довольны. Сердце Эшли бешено колотилось в груди. Все кончено. У ее собственного брата был на нее компромат. Как она вообще сможет жить в этом доме? А еще Эшли подменила коллекцию редких монет Виктории на подделки. Она отнесла их. Я умираю. Она отнесла их. Виктория испепеляющим взглядом посмотрела на Эшли. Мои редкие монеты. Мои монеты постигла та же участь. Я собирала их так долго, и сейчас они стоят больше $1 миллиона на рынке. Что она с ними сделала? Эшли, чувствуя себя виноватой, не смела смотреть на старшую сестру и еще глубже уткнулась головой в голову. «Эшли, у тебя болит голова?» — растерянно спросил Лиам. «Да», — послышался тот же приглушенный ответ. Лиам изобразил беспокойство. «Может, принести тебе лекарство?» «Нет, все в порядке. Скоро станет лучше». «Хорошо, раз меня не будет рядом, ты должна беречь себя, Эшли». Сердце Эшли покрылось теплом. «Спасибо, Лиам», но миссис Миллер мысленно жаловалась. «Эта девчонка только на словах заботится, а семья? Она обожает его за это. Как мы раньше этого не замечали? Где монеты? Куда, черт возьми, делись монеты?» Прорычала Виктория про себя. Редкие монеты Эшли обменяла на рожок мороженого. «Что? Монеты на $1 миллион за один рожок мороженого? Эшли, я тебя убью». Ха-ха, ее обманули. Парень, в которого она была влюблена, увидел, как она играет с монетой, понял, что она ценная, и обменял ее на мороженое. Вау, Эшли, просто катастрофа. Виктория снова сжала кулаки. Отлично, это маленькая расточительница. Она даже меня обманула. Подожди, я медленно сведу с тобой счеты. Эшли взглянула на своих двух сестер и, не увидев изменений в их выражениях, вздохнула с облегчением. Если бы они тоже слышали внутренний голос, ей бы конец. «Не зови меня!» — мысленно закричала Ханна. «Не зови меня!» Эшли выпрямилась и начала наслаждаться драмой. Глаза Ханны нервно метались по сторонам. «Я ничего плохого не сделала. Я хороший человек. Моя вторая сестра заигрывает с новым художником в компании. Как его там зовут? Она просто играет с ним». Миссис Миллер хотела дважды ударить свою дочь. Разве так поступает порядочный человек? Она превращает прекрасную компанию в бардак. Виктория и Эшли мысленно одобрили Ханну. «Молодец. Ты действительно умеешь веселиться». Ханна мысленно взревела. «Я только с этим заигрывала. Я не сплю со всеми подряд». «Ладно, не сплю. Кажется, ему очень нравится моя вторая сестра. Они почти сошлись. Если бы не Лиам, который саботировал его, она бы не взяла вину на себя и не попала в тюрьму. Это вина или искупление? Что? Он мне нравится. Этот мужчина, который всегда меня игнорирует, действительно меня любит. Лиам причинит мне вред. Как это возможно? И я попаду в тюрьму». Ханна была ошеломлена слишком большим количеством информации, которую не могла обработать за один раз. Хотя она не совсем верила в это, ее убежденность пошатнулась. Миссис Миллер опустила голову, ее разум был в смятении. «Итак, моя вторая дочь попадет в тюрьму из-за этого художника. Лучше мне не узнавать, кто он, иначе я немедленно заставлю их пожениться. Я не могу позволить Лиаму разгуливать, устраивать беспорядки и причинять вред моей собственной дочери». Эшли тоже теперь была настроена скептически. Правда ли то, что сказал Итан, или ложь? В этот момент зазвонил дверной звонок. Мистер Миллер был дома. Миссис Миллер взволнованно пошла его приветствовать. «Дорогой? Ты так рано вернулся?» «Да, девочки сегодня вернулись, поэтому я хотел прийти пораньше, чтобы увидеть их». «Видишь девочек?» Если бы он знал, что эти маленькие негодяи натворили, он бы, наверное, захотел их избить. Мистер Миллер с некоторым удивлением посмотрел на всех в гостиной. «Все здесь. Редко можно увидеть вас всех вместе. Где Итан? Он еще спит. Заходи и поучаствуй в этих сплетнях. Он, должно быть, ужасно устал. Дай ему поспать. Никто его не будет. Да, дай ему отдохнуть. Не буди его. В любом случае, мы не очень-то спешим встречаться с этим парнем». Ханна тут же достала телефон и отправила сообщение своей помощнице. «Перенесите пресс-конференцию на завтра, на полдень». У нее было плохое предчувствие, что Итан не сможет присутствовать на сегодняшней пресс-конференции. После отправки сообщения Ханна сообщила Лиаму: пресс-конференция компании отложена. «Пойдем завтра». Лиам был немного разочарован, но с таким количеством новых подарков ему нужно было пойти и показать их всем. Он встал и улыбнулся. «Мама, папа, сестры, мои друзья пригласили меня. Я вернусь к ужину. Идите», — сказали все в унисон. Лиам немного расстроился, думая, что сестры проведут с ним время. После его ухода миссис Миллер быстро потянула мистера Миллера в кабинет. Эшли побежала в комнату Виктории, чтобы взять ее компьютер, и Виктория последовала за ней, полной решимости найти свою редкую монету. После того, как все ушли, в гостиной осталась только Ханна. Куда они все делись? Заинтригованная, Ханна встала и последовала за ними. Эшли побежала в комнату Виктории, чтобы найти любовное письмо, и когда вошла ее старшая сестра, она сделала вид, что включает компьютер. Виктория странно посмотрела на нее, затем закрыла ей обзор и тайком открыла сейф. Внутри находилась вся коллекция ценностей Виктории. Ее хобби было похоже на хобби их отцов, так как она любила коллекционировать подобные вещи. Увидев лежащую редкую монету, она, спокойно сидя внутри, она вздохнула с облегчением. Я даже не доставала ее. Как Эшли могла ее подменить? Виктория потянулась за монетой, но ее рука внезапно замерла. Текстура, вес, размер — что-то было не так. Волна паники захлестнула ее, она быстро вынула монету и посветила на нее фонариком телефона. Одного взгляда было достаточно, чтобы у нее чуть не случился сердечный приступ от ярости. «Эшли!» Рука Эшли задрожала при звуке ее имени, и она виновато спрятала любовное письмо за спину. «Виктория, почему ты вдруг крикнула мое имя?» Виктория швырнула монету перед собой, в ее глазах читалась ярость. «Ты тайно открыла мой сейф и подменила мою редкую монету. Как это возможно? Я даже не знаю комбинацию от твоего сейфа». Эшли отрицала это до смерти. Она умеет подбирать комбинации. Она столько занималась мелким воровством в доме, что у нее это хорошо получается. «Ты не знаешь? Тогда что это за монета? Ты видела мою редкую монету раньше. Она выглядит вот так». Эшли взглянула на монету, которую положила туда, и виновато отвела взгляд. «Откуда мне знать? Это было очень давно». Ее старшая сестра потеряла самообладание и бросилась на нее, прижимая к земле. «Куда ты взяла мою монету? Верни ее мне сейчас же. Если не вернешь, я аннулирую все твои рекламные контракты. Посмеешь? Какое право ты имеешь решать за меня?» Эшли запаниковала, оттолкнула ее и вытащила любовное письмо, триумфально размахивая им перед ее лицом. «Это же любовное письмо, не так ли? Если ты посмеешь аннулировать мои контракты, я прочитаю его вслух перед всеми». Увидев, что ее любовное письмо украдено, Виктория сжала кулаки так сильно, что они треснули. «Ты, маленькая девчонка, попробуй сама это прочитать. Я прочитаю. Я прочитаю это перед всей семьей». Эшли выскочила из комнаты. Виктория выругалась себе под нос и побежала за ней. Ханна оказалась прямо на пути и попала под машину, схватившись за живот от боли. Она тоже разозлилась. «Эшли, куда ты идешь? У тебя что, глаз нет?» Эшли быстро спряталась за Ханной, рыдая. «Ханна, останови ее. Виктория пытается меня ударить». Виктория побежала за ними, ее лицо исказилось от ярости, что напугало Ханну. «Виктория, что с тобой? Тебе плохо?» «Я совершенно здорова. Подержи эту маленькую девчонку». Сегодня я преподам ей урок.
Что она сделала? Она уже не ребенок.
Ты все равно ее ударишь.
Спроси ее, что она сделала. Она подменила мою редкую монету на долларовую.
Разве так поступит человек?
Что? Она?
Миллер посмотрела на Лиама, думая, если бы он просто заступился за 3 девочек и предложил разделить подарки, все это бы утихло.
Но он просто стоял там, ничего не делая. Это был брат, которого обожали ее 3 дочери. Поистине неблагодарный змей. Ханна, наконец, заговорила. «Мама, я кое-что купила». Лиам был ошеломлен, недоверчиво глядя на Ханну. «Ханна, разве это не был подарок для меня?» Ханна отвела взгляд. «Один из них был для Итана. У меня не было возможности сказать тебе». «Невозможно».
Лиам разочарованно опустил голову. Даже если бы он знал, что один из подарков был для Итана, он не предложил бы принести подарки. Миссис Миллер взяла инициативу в свои руки. «Лиам, дорогой, я видела, как ты разворачивал столько подарков раньше. У тебя, должно быть, целый зал. Почему бы тебе не пойти и не поделиться ими с Итаном? Зачем мне это?» Лицо Лиама побледнело. «Папа, это были подарки от моих сестер мне. Как я могу отдать их все ему? Итан — их родной брат. Каким бы чужим он ни был, кровные узы крепче всего. Будь немного благоразумнее. Ты все равно не сможешь использовать все эти подарки». 3 сестры были в замешательстве. Если мы заступимся за него, мы будем казаться бессердечными по отношению к нашему родному брату.
Но если нет, мне больно видеть Лиама в таком тяжелом положении.
В конце концов, после того, как наш родной брат пропал без вести много лет назад, мы вложили в Лиама всю свою любовь. Это стало привычкой.
Я внутренне фыркнула. Заставить его отказаться от этих подарков сложнее, чем убить его. Если он не хочет их дарить, то ладно. Кому вообще нужны эти дурацкие подарки? Я заговорила, чтобы нарушить тяжелую тишину. Я тоже никогда ему ничего не дарила.
Раз уж он так сильно хочет их получить, пусть просто считает их подарком от меня. Мой взгляд скользнул по моим 3 сестрам, и я увидела, как они внезапно напряглись. Я замолчала. Неужели эти сестры так сильно меня ненавидят? Они даже смотреть на них не могут. Я повернулась к миссис Миллер. «Мама, я голоден. Я хочу есть. Мама, забудь об этом. После ужина я отведу тебя в магазин, только мы вдвоем». Она сказала это так, чтобы Лиам услышал, давая понять, что больше никто не приглашен. Лиам опустил голову, выражение его лица было болезненным, ногти впивались в кожу.
«Ладони».
Он подумал про себя. «Итан, кому нужна твоя помощь?»
Лиам встал, его голос дрожал от слез. «Мама, папа, мне плохо. Я пойду наверх». После того, как Лиам ушел, Виктория встала, но миссис Миллер остановила ее. «Куда ты идешь, мама?» «Лиаму плохо. Я пойду проверю, как он». «Проверю что?» Прошла всего минута. «Что с ним может случиться?» «Как я волнуюсь». Виктория действительно влюблена в Лиама. «Заткнись!» Внезапно закричала Виктория, напугав всех. Осознав свою вспышку гнева, она быстро извинилась. «Прости, мама. Я не кричала на тебя. Я просто...» Миссис Миллер села, ее лицо помрачнело. «Ты только что познакомилась со своим родным братом, и вот такое у тебя отношение», — беспомощно сказала Виктория. «Мама, Лиам выглядел очень бледным. Знаешь, у него неважное здоровье. Он получил столько подарков. Что может быть не так? Мне он казался в восторге». «Мама, как ты можешь так говорить?» Виктория была в шоке. Разве не мама больше всех баловала Лиама? Ханна и Эшли тоже чувствовали, что мама. Отношение к Лиаму испортилось. Они недоумевали, не из-за Итана ли это. Кажется, его приезд разрушил мир в этой семье. Я подумал про себя. Видите ли, это явно не моя вина, но они все равно будут винить меня, думая, что мое возвращение — причина плохого обращения с Лиамом. Но кто здесь настоящий брат? С тех пор, как я вернулся, они даже не называли меня по имени, только бросали на меня презрительные взгляды. Ай-яй-яй. По крайней мере, я попытался обратиться к ним. Если бы я действительно заботился о них, я бы, наверное, был убит горем. Если они не хотят относиться ко мне как к брату,
то я не обязан относиться к ним как к сестрам. Они все сумасшедшие и нуждаются в помощи. Семья услышала это, и у них остался неприятный осадок. 3 сестры начали размышлять, не зашли ли они слишком далеко. Я встал и с улыбкой поднял маму на ноги. «Мама, мне так хочется горячего супа. Давай поедим, а потом пойдем по магазинам». Сердце мамы так сильно болело, что ей хотелось. Она заплакала, и она кивнула. Мы вдвоем ушли под сложными взглядами остальных 4. Отец холодно посмотрел на своих 3 дочерей. «Лучше не разочаровывайте Итана слишком сильно, иначе потом будете плакать». Затем он повернулся к Виктории с предупреждением. «Ты старшая. Ты должна подавать хороший пример, а не становиться объектом сплетен и критики. Если ты не сможешь этого сделать, я подумаю о том, чтобы позволить Ханне возглавить основную кампанию». Виктория сжала кулаки и опустила голову. «Я понимаю, папа». Затем мистер Миллер посмотрел на 2 других дочерей. «И ты тоже. Если посмеешь издеваться над Итаном в этом доме, мы с твоей матерью вышлем Лиама». Семья Миллеров воспитывала его 18 лет. Мы сделали более чем достаточно. Обе быстро кивнули, боясь получить выговор. Мистер Миллер смотрел на своих 3 дочерей с чувством беспомощности. Все они были такими выдающимися. Как они могли быть такими слепыми, когда дело касалось Лиама? Неудивительно, что его собственный сын проклинал. В его мыслях они были как слепые родители. Теперь к этому списку добавились еще 3 слепые сестры. Отец ушел в свой кабинет, но Виктория все еще хотела проведать Лиама, опасаясь, что с ним что-то может случиться. Ханна посмотрела на Эшли, и та сразу все поняла. Она обняла Викторию за плечо и улыбнулась. «Виктория, я знаю, ты все еще злишься из-за монеты. Не волнуйся, я верну ее тебе завтра. Давай проверим Лиама на всякий случай, если он действительно болен». Хотя они и заботились о Лиаме, они относились к нему как к брату, а не с теми чувствами, которые, казалось, испытывала Виктория. Теперь, когда они знали о чувствах своей старшей сестры, им нужно было уменьшить вероятность того, что они будут оставаться наедине. Если бы что-то действительно случилось, их родители были бы в ярости, а если бы об этом стало известно, семья Миллеров превратилась бы в ему, он бы все равно. Никто бы не узнал, кто это написал. Виктория просто не могла выбросить его. Это было первое и последнее любовное письмо, которое она когда-либо напишет. Не могла ли она просто оставить его себе, чтобы любоваться им? К сожалению, мама разорвала его в клочья, так что его даже не удалось собрать по кусочкам. Пока 3 сестры все еще беспокоились о красноглазом антилиуме, у нас с мамой возникли свои проблемы. Потому что, когда мы вышли на улицу, мы столкнулись с моими ненавистниками. И не с одним, а с целой группой, с тех, что были в моем собственном аккаунте в Твиттере. У меня не было времени проверить Твиттер с тех пор, как я вернулась с острова. Поэтому я понятия не имела, что происходит. Еще больше меня смутило то, что с того момента, как они меня увидели, эта группа ненавистников замолчала. Они не кричали и не фотографировали. Они просто пристально смотрели на меня и тихо следовали за мной, словно безмолвная, невидимая стая. Мама была озадачена. «Кто они? Кажется, они тебя знают, и меня это пугает». Подумала я про себя. Я прожила 2 жизни и никогда не сталкивалась с такой странной ситуацией. «Мама, я тоже понятия не имею. Почему эти люди выглядят как банда? Боже мой, что происходит? Это мои фанаты или мои ненавистники? Мне лучше уйти отсюда. Их слишком много, и я не хочу драться, чтобы вырваться». Поэтому я быстро схватила маму за руку и побежала. Когда я увидела, что ненавистники не последовали за мной, я, наконец, вздохнула с облегчением. Но ненавистники были в недоумении. Что случилось? Почему он убежал? Разве нам не говорили, что если мы будем вести себя тихо, он нас приветливо встретит и не ударит? Лидера группы допросили. Что происходит? Почему он убежал? Лидер был также сбит с толку. Может быть, нас было недостаточно. Он решил, что мы не стоим его времени. Так ли это? У меня есть инсайдерская информация, что у Итана завтра пресс-конференция. Нам нужно собрать больше людей. Кто бы мог подумать, что ненавистники, которые в интернете меня безжалостно оскорбляли, желая, чтобы я поздоровалась с ними в реальной жизни. К сожалению, обе стороны подумали, что их вот-вот атакуют, что привело к этому странному противостоянию. Отбросив фанатов, мы с мамой решили, что на улице небезопасно, поэтому быстро поели и отправились домой. В тот вечер я открыла свой аккаунт в Твиттере и была шокирована, увидев количество своих подписчиков – более 5 миллионов. Прежде чем я успела порадоваться, я увидела, что комментарии представляют собой сплошную стену оскорблений. В недоумении я пролистала ленту, ища хоть один положительный комментарий, пока глаза не заболели, но ничего не нашла. Я отбросила телефон в сторону, чувствуя себя совершенно безнадежно. Наверное, завтра на пресс-конференции в меня забросают яйцами и кирпичами. Наверное, мне стоит взять с собой какое-нибудь оружие, но я никак не могла понять, чья фанатская база состоит исключительно из ненавистников. На следующее утро я встала рано, чтобы поискать оружие. В прошлый раз я купила много одежды, но толком ее не рассматривала. Вскоре я нашла подходящая одежда в куче. Другие знаменитости нарядились с иголочки для пресс-конференций. Я закутан с головы до ног, включая жесткую шапку. Глядя на свое отражение, я удовлетворенно кивнул. Будь то яйца или кирпичи, эта одежда должна хотя бы выдержать один удар. Я вышел из дома, довольный собой, и столкнулся с Лиамом, одетым в строгий костюм. Инстинктивно я спросил: «Тебе не холодно, брат?» Как артист, всегда нужно показывать себя с лучшей стороны. «Что это за наряд?» Мысленно усмехнулся Лиам. Как и следовало ожидать от человека без чувства стиля, он даже не умеет сочетать приличную одежду. Просто набрасывает странные комбинации. Ну, это сработает. На его фоне я буду выглядеть еще лучше, верно? Я посмотрел на свой наряд и улыбнулся. «Думаю, он великолепен», — сказал Лиам, полный похвалы. «Брат, твой наряд очень необычный. Уверен, кому-то он понравится, но он, кажется, одет нелепее, чем ковбой. Он похож на босса мафии, скорее на человека, идущего на драку, чем на интервью». Когда моя семья увидела мой наряд, все замолчали на мгновение, подумав, неужели это единственный его наряд? Мои 3 сестры хотели что-то сказать, но мама остановила их взглядом, который говорил: «Итан и так уже достаточно натерпелся. Не отговаривайте его». Все 3 могли лишь выдавить из себя улыбку и промолчать. Как руководитель компании, Ханна тоже должна была присутствовать на пресс-конференции, поэтому она взяла с собой Лиама и меня. В машине выражение лица Ханны было мрачным. Наверное, на этой пресс-конференции будет много фанатов. «Итан, ты ударил Лиама в шоу. Ты должен извиниться перед ним на конференции». Я подумал про себя: зачем мне перед ним извиняться? Вот в чем дело. Они хотят, чтобы я извинился, чтобы спасти репутацию Лиама после того, как он принял этого мошенника за другого. «Извини, этого не будет». Лицо Ханны помрачнело. «Если ты не сделаешь так, как тебе говорят, компания сочтет, что у тебя проблемы с характером, и уволит тебя». Я не собирался отступать. Тогда посмотрим, как они постараются. Лиам тихо сказал: «Брат, тебе не нужно передо мной извиняться. Это все моя вина, что я принял мошенника за другого. Иначе никто бы не был в опасности». «Лиам, это не твоя вина». «Фаут. Шен ремедиатылы comforted him. Henr, it was a my own lack of judgment. No one could have known in that situation, so don't blame yourself. No, Итан, no. He was the one who misled me. Liam thought viciously to himself at this press conference. I'm going to passe him. Is clearly up to no good and he thinks Henry will defend him. Is still dreaming. Am I blind, sister? You got lucky and avoided the trouble with Tiffany, but here is plenty more suffering in store for you. Horman is actually going to be in the same cast as Liam as a supporting actor. And Liam is planning to use the same trick on him that he used on Tiffany. Henry thought to herself, who's man? This gossip is missing the details. Can't he be more specific? She reminded me. Remember her to apologize or the company won't give you any resources. I'm not apologizing. What are you going to do? Hit me? Enough knuckles cricket as she clenched her fists. She thought, I do want to hit him, but I'm not sure if I can win. Soon the car stopped. Shenr got out with her arm linked through Alias. Both of them smiling warmly for the reporter's cameras. I followed nonchalantly behind, but my eyes were scanning the surroundings.
I was a little nervous, afraid that things would start trying the moment they saw me. If they were going to through them, at least wait until after the press conference. I was dressed all in black with a my head pulled down, looking more like a bodyguard than a celebrity. So, when I appeared, no one even recognized me. And my haters who had been waiting for a while were getting impatient when they didn't see me. Citron. Did he not come? What's going on? We brought so many people and is still not satisfied. It's so your fault for seeing the venue was too small for so many people. Now look, there aren't enough people. And Citron can't even be bothered to show up. Shen looked at the massive crowd and nodded in satisfaction. Liam, this must all be your fins, right? There are so many of them. At least a few hundred. Liam glanced over and all some they were each fins. He waved at them happily, though only a few people waved back. He didn't mind, thinking to himself. My fins are more polite, not like Ethan's crazy haters who just cares at everyone. Just like Ethan himself. Rude, crude, violent, and classless. After waiting for a long time without seeing me, the fins finally got angry. Ethan. Where is he? Get him out here. We all came here, and this is his attitude. Is completely disrespecting us. If you don't bring Ethan out, no one is getting through this press conference today. A large number of fins started to get ready. Liam started to get worried. Henry, it seems like here for my brother. Here saying they want an explanation from him. Is he going to be okay? Henry was confused. Ethan was right there. What were these fins yelling about? Neither of them knew that the fins were so agitated because they couldn't see me. So, the fins who couldn't see me dropped the pretense and started cursing. If Ethan doesn't show up today, I smash rather negas in all your faces. I brought bricks. Whoever tries to stop me, I put a hole in their head. I brought pepper spray. Anyone who makes excuses for Ethan is getting a face full of IT. Shenr frowned when she heard this. These fins brought so many weapons. What were the security guards at the door doing? And Ethan, how much of a nobody was he to be this hated? Shenr instinctively shielded Liam behind her, afraid that a sudden riot would involve him. Seeing the fins getting more and more agitated, Shenr had no choice but to take the microphone and TRY to calm them down. Everyone, please be patient. Today's main guests are all here. If you have any questions, you can ask them directly. The fins were speechless. Ma'am, you're lying through your teeth. Where is Ethan? We don't see him. We only see our precious Liam. Where is Ethan? In the sky. Hearing this, Shen instinctively looked over at me. I was standing far away from them with my head down. She was so angry she wanted to curse. No wonder no one could see Ethan. His head was covering his face. Ladies and gentlemen, the press conference will now officially begin. Members of the media may direct their questions to me or to the two artists from our company. Shenr didn't bother anymore, walked straight over to me, and tossed me the microphone. I awkwardly looked up holding the mic. The moment I looked up, all the fins froze. The reporters and media froze, too. This was Ethan. What was he wearing? Dressed like a bodyguard? Was he here to fight? And so all the fins stopped making a scene and just stared at me blankly. Their stars made my skin crawl and my whole body tensed up. I thought to myself, if things get dangerous, I'm ready to fight back at any moment. But 10 seconds passed, 10 minutes and the fins did nothing. Seeing this, I relaxed a little. It seemed these haters had some decency after all, waiting until after the press conference to settle their scores with me. The fins weren't causing trouble because they were actually intimidated by my outfit. This get-up clearly screamed brawl, not press conference. Some of the fins in the front were starting to get scared, worried I might suddenly lash out and attack them. But 10 they thought, getting beaten up by my own idol. Maybe it's not so bad. After a while, the reporters started asking questions, all of them, about what happened on the reality show. Someone asked me, why did you hit someone on the show? Was it part of the script or was it a personal grudge? I smiled. Of course, it was part of the script. Another reporter asked, why did you pass the situation with Tiffany and her boyfriend on the spot? I smiled again and replied, the things I revealed were just me talking nonsense. I have no proof. The reporters were speechless. You might not have proof, but your fins do. How can your nonsense turn out to be true? What kind of mouth is that? It's like you're a pride.
A reporter asked me, since you and Lirm are brothers, why didn't you take care of him on the show and instead hit him?
Here came the main point.
Henry was signaling me from the side to apologize quickly.
I pretended not to see her and continued smiling. I hit him to train VHS reflexes.
Next time is in a situation like that, he shouldn't just rush in to break up a fight.
After all, fists don't have ace.
The implication was that Lirm got hit because he chose to intervene, so it wasn't my fault. Hearing this, Lirm suddenly burst into tears, interrupting me. Brother, if I didn't try to stop the fight, what if something happened to you?
I don't mind that you hit me. I was just worried about you.
Henry breathed a sigh of relief.
Thank goodness Lirm was quick on his feet. Otherwise, Ethan would have been attacked by the Finns.
Leah's Finns immediately jumped to HA's defense.
Our precious Lirm, stop making excuses for him.
Look at HA's attitude.
Exactly.
He has to apologize to you today or is not leaving.
This was exactly the effect Lirm wanted.
He thought to himself, even though only a few Finns are speaking up for me, the ones who are silent must be furious. But he didn't know that most of the Finns were quiet because I was staring right at them.
If they could stay seen, I would definitely look down on them. They needed to listen to me quietly. The reporters had no choice but to turn to Lirm.
Regarding the show's crew being held by con artists, were you aware of the situation beforehand?
Here it was.
Lirm was crying and didn't answer, but the paid trolls planted in the audience finally spoke up. Lirm, we heard that it was your report that put everyone in danger.
Is that true?
Lirm cried even harder.
I really didn't do it on purpose. There were extenuating circumstances. Then tell us we Finns will support you.
A small number of Finns chimed in urging him to speak. Lirm gritted his teeth and finally said, this whole thing, it was my brother who told me what he told you.
He knew all along.
Lirm continued, he told me about the reality restore situation and told me to find a way to call the police.
I believed him, but I never expected.
He didn't need to finish the sentence.
VHS Finns их плодит. Is so vicious.
Framing VHS on brother.
Ethan, you don't deserve to be in the entertainment industry.
Get out, you mean ace.
Get out.
A fan who was shouting insults suddenly had pepper spray splashed in their face and screamed in pain.
Who ambushed me? You coward who threw a rather nega at me. Are you crazy? The crowd suddenly erupted into cheers. Lirm, who had been waiting for me to be attacked, was stunned.
Why and the Finns made a move? Why were they fighting amongst themselves?
Who hit me with a brick? I teach you to run your mouths. Is he someone you're allowed to curse at? If anyone is going to curse at him, it's Sass. When did this scumbag sneak in?
Hatters, raise your hands. My hatters all raised their hands in unison.
Anyone who didn't was immediately surrounded and slapped.
Looking at the chaotic scene, Henry turned to me and asked suspiciously, did you do this?
I said innocently. I'm just as confused as you are.
Just as everyone was in the middle of a heated brawl, police sirens sounded from outside. Everyone stopped and looked towards the entrance to see a group of police officers walking in. Lirm suddenly got excited, thinking they were here to arrest me.
He quickly grabbed me and shouted to the police, Ethan is here. If we got him.
I slapped his hand through, furious.
Are you insane? Why would they arrest me?
Leah's hand was red from the slap, and he started crying again.
Brother, just stop resisting. You're being arrested because you hit someone. Can't you just be well-behaved like me?
My hatters looked at each other in confusion.
The police were here to arrest someone. Were they here to arrest our idol? An officer shouted into the hall. Where is Ethan Miller? Where is he? When the police called my name, the Finns fell silent.
Some wanted to jump up and point me out, but they got a face full of pepper spray.
Who is doing this? Officer, I was attacked too. Arrest them.
A fan who raised her hand suddenly hit her mouth covered and was held still.
They were going crazy.
Which bastard was stopping them from speaking?
The officer looked at the crowd and frowned. That's strange. I thought I heard someone yelling for help.
Seeing the police had arrived, Henry realized the gravity of the situation and quickly went down to ask, officers, what's going on?
You're looking for Ethan Miller. Is he here? Henry hesitated, thinking, here obviously here to arrest Ethan. They even brought handcuffs. While Henry was still wearing, Liam rushed over and excitedly told the police. Officers, you're here to arrest Ethan, right? Is right there on the stage. The one in the black clothes. Liam, what are you saying? Henry tried to stop him, but it was too late. She could only explain to the police. Although Ethan hit someone on the show, it was part of the script. If he really did something wrong, the company should be the one to handle it. The officer was puzzled. Who said we were here to arrest anyone? Liam was stunned. You're not here to arrest Ethan. Why would we arrest him since he's here? This makes things easier. The officer quickly called over HAS Kerlieku, straightened HAS collar, and walked onto the stage holding something. Once on stage, he picked up a nearby microphone and spoke powerfully to the Finns. Since the reporters and Finns are all here, we might as well join in on the fun. The Finns below, realizing he wasn't there to make an arrest, finally reacted and applauded cooperatively. The officer was very pleased. Ten pulled a confused me into the middle of term and handed me its commemorative plaque that read, for courageously and arm-heartedly reporting for justice. Holding the plaque, I was completely baffled. What was going on? How did I suddenly become a hero? The officer said excitedly. Thanks to Mr. Miller's report, we were able to successfully dismantle the fraud operation on the island and rescue the hostages. You're here today to present him with this plaque. Another officer took out an envelope the size of a person's face and placed it in my hands. A reporter zoomed in with their camera. Reward, $500,000. I glanced at it and was shocked. A info, Hefe Miller. What kind of insane look was this? But when Liam saw this, VHS turned red with jealous eye. He rushed forward to challenge it. It shouldn't have been him who made the call. This hasn't been properly investigated. Why should I be the one getting cursed out by netizens while Ethan gets this kind of honor? Liam was trembling with rage. He refused to accept this outcome. The officer was not pleased. We have already investigated thoroughly. It was Mr. Thompson who reported it to the police, but the credit belongs to Mr. Miller. What? Tiffany's father said that. Impossible. If he said anyone, it should have been me. Why, Ethan? That Tiffany you? A reporter asked the officer. If Ethan discovered there was a problem on the island early on, why didn't he tell anyone around him? The officer gave the reporter an appreciative thumbs up. That's an excellent question. Why didn't he tell anyone? If it were you and I told you, would you have believed me? The reporter shook his head. The officer asked again. And what would have happened if you did believe it? I would have been scared, or afraid of giving it away, and then the con artists would have shut down the live stream early. The officer smiled. So Ethan confused everyone, making those around him believe the truth was a lie. All that makes the con artists lower their guard. And all that give them more time to call the police. So that's how it was. The Finns finally understood. So our mission here today is complete. Mr. Miller has performed a great service, and we hope everyone can learn from his example. After a few more words, the police left. Because of the police's intervention, there was no need to continue the press conference. Everyone who needed to understand understood. Liam stood there with a grim face, completely surrounded by reporters. Liam, could you please explain your actions just now? Liam, without knowing the truth, did you believe Mr. Miller's actions were wrong? Liam was so overwhelmed by the questions that he started to see why. My brother didn't tell me the truth. But I don't blame him. His actions weren't wrong. I was the one who was wrong. I only acted that way because I was worried about him. If the police were really there to arrest someone, I would have been an accomplice for harboring a criminal. With just a few sentences, Liam had exonerated himself. Henry quickly shielded him and let him away, thinking, if we stay any longer, the crowd will only get bigger too. I wasn't surprised to be left behind, nor did I care. I carefully put the plaque away and grinned, showing off my teeth. I lived 2 lifetimes, and this is the first time I received an honor like this. I'm going to take it home and hang it somewhere Liam can see it. As for the Hefe million, I'm going to save it. This isn't the kind of money you just spend carelessly. When I left, no one dared to stop me. The Finns watched me quietly, their eyes filled with a hint of expectation. I thought to myself, logically, since Liam has left, which yes Finns should have left, too. Not only are these people still here, but here looking at me with such hopeful eyes. Could they be my Finns? I laughed at myself, thinking it was impossible. My Twitter is full of haters. Where would I get actual Finns? But seeing as they had made the trip, I still smiled and greeted them. Thanks for your hard work, everyone. You did a great job. I gave them a quick history and walked through swiftly, afraid they might suddenly start trying rather negas. After I left, all the Finns went wild. Our idol praised us. He said we did a great job and thanked us for our hard work. I knew we were right to hate him. Haters to Twitter. I got so many ugly pictures of it today. Let's go past him. When I got home, I presented the plug to Mom and Dad as if it were a treasure. They were so happy they almost lost their compass. That's my boy. You truly are our son. Our son is a hero. I have to post this on Facebook. There was a new trending topic on Twitter. Ethan Miller arrested by police at press conference. And is Ethan Miller's arrest real or fake? This was clearly the work of my haters. They loved doing this kind of thing. Someone even photoshopped the plug and the reward into a pair of silver handcuffs and it looked quite convincing. Just when everyone thought it was real, someone posted a video from the scene. The story completely flipped and all the people who had been kicking me while I was down were left with a grin on their faces. After being publicly humiliated by the police, Liam stayed in his room and refused to come out, giving my three sisters a massive headache. As for me, I had Mom hang the plug in the living room so that everyone could see it. Liam would never have imagined that this incredible honor would fall into my lap. I also never expected the police to pull a stunt like that. Gossip mission calculating. Calculation complete. Gossip items 8 points earned. 80 system is eligible for IN upgrade. Да yes host wish to upgrade. Wow, 8 of TRM. I was deleted. Upgrade. After the upgrade, the system store will be unlocked. I'm curious to see what kind of amazing items are inside. After the system upgraded, the system store opened. I eagerly took a look and the point prices nearly blinded me. Useli system. This is what you show me. This is a ripoff. A pack of tissues costs 10 points. Making points isn't easy. I thought upgrading the system would put me on the path to success. And this is what I get. Host. The system store has a prezi wheel. You get one free spine per day. You can win any item from the store, including discount coupons. Fine. It's better than nothing. So, I use my daily spine and won a gossip nudge. GT can help someone or something get out of a difficult situation or change an outcome. After the upgrade, I can get gossip on anyone. Does that mean I can even get the dirt on random strangers? That's actually pretty cool. Just as I finished browsing the items, Inach's angry voice called out, "Ethan, get out here." I thought to myself, she's here to settle the score. Lermont come out to eat. You go apologize to him and cheer him up. Cheer him up. Has the word ended or is it raining knives? This blind sister of mine wants me to apologize to him. What did I do wrong? My sister wants me to apologize. Should I stick the needle in or not? Hearing this made Henry even more furious. That bastard is actually thinking about stabbing his brother with a needle. How can he be so vicious? He's not even hungry. He has a ton of snacks in his room. Every time he uses the excuse of not eating, he just wants you all to feel sorry for him. Turns out he's enjoying his snacks more than you're enjoying your dinner. Chen paused. Eating snacks. How could that be? Lerm isn't that kind of person. I opened my door and immediately saw the plug hanging on the living room wall. I choked. Mom had hung it in a really conspicuous spot. You could see it from the first floor. I looked at Henry, confused. Henry, what does Lerm not eating have to do with me? Look at that. Lerm just opened a bag of imported snacks and is eating them right now. Henry gave me a complicated look. If you had just explained to the reporters from the beginning, Lerm wouldn't have misspoken. He feels terrible right now. How is that not related to you? Wow, is really enjoying himself. I'm going to go see what he's eating. I gave a sweet smile. Okay, I go get him. I walked over to Leah's door and knocked. Henry followed behind,
thinking that she should stop me, but she found that she didn't want to. She also wanted to see if Lirm was really eating snacks. When Lirm opened the door, he looked haggard. Brother Henry, I chanted. You guys go ahead. He looked as fragile as a white lotus, which is pitiful as glistening with tears. Anyone who saw him would think he was too poor for this world. Too bad is actually Rottler's. I tried to look into VHS room, but he subtly blocked my view. I smiled. Sorry, I'm not here to call you to dinner. My water heater is broken, so I need to borrow your bedroom. Then I just pushed my way inside, bumping Lirm and making him stumble back. Tears immediately welled up in each eyes. And he threw himself into Nach's arms, crying, Henry, my brother hates me. No matter how hard I try, he resents me for being in this family. Henry quickly comforted him, her expression darkening. Ethan, you really went too far. I ignored him and walked straight to VHS desk. Seeing this, Lirm started to panic. He quickly wiped VHS tears and called out to me, Brot, that's my private study area. Aren't you going to take a shower? The bedroom is over there. He pointed in a direction. I grinned. I like to draw while I'm in the shower. Nonsense. Lirm rushed over to stop me, but I was faster. I pulled out the drawer and then accidentally dropped it on the floor with a loud thud. All the snacks in the drawer spilled out, including the recently opened bag of imported cookies. Leah's face turned pale, but I finished surprised as I stared at the snacks on the floor. Wow, so many snacks. Turns out my little brother is a snack lover too, just like me. You know, when I used to get mad at my family and refused to eat, it filled my drawer with snacks so I'd have something when I got hungry. And my family would get to eat and try to coax me. And I loved that feeling of being cared for. You're the same way, right, Lirm? After all, who would really starve themselves? Every word I said was like a needle stabbing Leah's heart. He was both angry and embarrassed, and he frantically looked at Henry, trying to explain. Henry, Victor about this for me. I told him finish the этом, so I just put the этом in the drawer. Henry looked at the drawer full of snacks. Her expression shifting through several shades. Her feelings complicated. Shout out, well, I got the gossip, and I also learned something new. Turns out every boy who sucks and refuses to eat likes to hide snacks in each drawer. She forced a smile and comforted him. It's okay. If you don't feel like eating dinner, you can have some snacks so you don't go hungry. Lirm still felt humiliated. He couldn't understand how I had so incidentally opened that specific drawer. He thought he knew there were snacks in there all along and came in just to pase me. Having gotten a my fill of drama, I walked out with a smile. I suddenly don't feel like showering anymore. I'm hungry. Let's go eat. I'm a grown-up now. I don't eat snacks. Lirm sadly pushed Henry out of the room. Henry, you go eat. I really can't. Knowing he had snacks in each room, Henry didn't press him further. She just told him to eat something if he got hungry and then went downstairs. Lirm slammed the door shut, rushed over, and stamped on the snacks on the floor. Ethan, I will make you pay for this. Lirm took out HTS phone and sent a message to Ryan. After sending AT, he stared blankly at the crushed snacks, tears streaming down HTS' face. Then, with trembling hands, he picked up the ruined snacks. He thought, even though here crushed, here still edible. I can't just throw away such expensive snacks because of it hans provocation. Lirm ate until he felt sick, finally finishing all the snacks. He took the wrappers to the bedroom to burn the alarm, not wanting anyone else in the family to see. If they saw, who knows what they would think of me. The smoke was so thick that Lirm started cooking and he to run out of the room. The moment he ran out, the house's fire alarm suddenly went off. He frantically ran back in with water to put out the fire. After extinguishing it, he looked at the unburned trash, tried to flush it down the toilet, but found it was clogged. He was on the verge of a breakdown, but he held back his disgust and picked the trash bag out. Then came another knock from Henry at the door. Lirm, are you okay? Why is there a fire in your room? Henry knew why there was a fire. Because I had been nursing the whole thing in my head. She didn't find it annoying, just thought this brother of hers was a bit crude, talking so bluntly about things like crap and pee that it made her feel a little sick. Lirm made another excuse and sent Henry away. As Henry walked downstairs, she was still thinking. So, My brother is that frugal he even picks up and eats snacks that have fallen on the floor. She suddenly felt a pang of pity for him. Just then, she heard my gossiping in her voice again and was so shocked that she missed a step and tumbled right down the stairs. Henry landed in a heap right at my feet. My mouth twitched and I finished concern. Henry, are you okay? You're a grown woman. How could you be so careless? But internally, I was gloating. Serves you right. That's what you get for being blind. You're really out of luck this time. Henry quickly scrambled to her feet, noticing the whole family staring at her, their eyes filled with shame and fear. She calmly walked to the table and sat down to eat. I thought to myself, as expected of someone so thick-skinned, she can remain completely unfazed even after that. No one had much of an appetite during that meal. Knowing that Liam was in the bedroom unclogging a toilet, how could anyone eat? It isn't actually that disgusting. I just described it in a particularly nauseating way. I was getting gossip from the system. The uncle next door is cheating on his wife. Is in bed with his mistress right now. Anna was shocked. Emma Henderson from next door, the kind-faced man who said to hold her when she was a child. How could he? Wow. His wife is back. She's almost at the door. Mom immediately stood up, a glint of gossip in her eyes. I just remembered we have cucumbers in the garden. I'm going to go pick one. And my eldest sister also stood up. Mom, I go with you. That dog of ours can be jumpy. Ashley got up, too. I want a cucumber, too. Henry hesitated for a moment before standing up as well. I don't have much of an appetite, either. I go to the garden and pick some garlic. I was taken aback, then quickly stood up. Henry, I want some garlic, too. I thought, I don't want garlic. I want to get the gossip. The entire family went out to the yard, all of them looking towards the neighbor's house. A moment later, a car drove past the house. It was Anderson's wife returning. Wow, the car is so loud. The people upstairs heard it. The other woman is climbing out the window. They all looked up and saw a woman who hadn't had time to get dressed climbing out onto the window ledge. The moment she was out, she made a contact with our entire family. I thought to myself, this is so cringy. And my three sisters quickly averted their gaze. Mom shouted out, Miss Henderson, here is a chicken on your balcony. Come and get it in. Hearing this, the woman on the ledge panicked. Where is that little tramp? Miss Henderson had popped out of another window. She had been smiling to greet my mother, but then she caught sight of the woman on the other ledge. Her face changed instantly, and she yelled to my mom, Miller, block the front gate for me. I'm about to kill a chicken and catch a dog. You got 80, Miss Henderson, you can borrow my dog. Mom cheerfully unchained our dog and told Victoria to toss him over to the neighbor's yard. Victoria hesitated, but Henry excitedly picked up the dog, placed him on the wall, and our dog, Bodhi, jumped down himself. On command, Bodhi immediately started barking at the woman on the ledge. The man's face turned pale with fear. She was trapped. While she hesitated, Emma Henderson grabbed her by the hair and dragged her back inside. Soon screams and the sounds of a fight came from the room. I quickly went over and said, Mom, you don't think anything bad will happen, do you? Mom was also worried, so she told Henry to go check and make sure no one got seriously hurt. Henry helped the Finns to get a front row seat to the drama and play mediator. She came back a short while later, and Mom asked her, How is it? Henry whispered, Henderson wants a divorce, but Emma Henderson refused. The other woman is pregnant with a boy. Mom was stunned. As Henderson had 3 daughters, but never a son. She was said to envy their relationship, but not here negotiating now. Mar Henderson said it live with nothing, but the mistress won't have a tea. He told her he married into the family, and then she started fighting with him, too. The family clicked their tongues in amazement. Even if they didn't get a divorce, Anderson's life was about to get very difficult. Bodhi was still barking next door, so Hen hopped back over to bring him back. The moment she let him go, he jumped on me, getting slobber all over my face. I immediately pinned him to the ground and gave him a new "I'd teach you to jump on people. I pull you another off," but he struggled, rolled around on the ground a few times, and then ran off, finally taking refuge in Ashley's arms to Karen Pelaine. Shannon comforted him.
is not human, but you're a real dog. Don't stoop to VHS level or it'll make you look too smart. After the drama was over, Mom went to pick cucumbers, and Henry pulled up a head of garlic. She peeled a clove and handed it to me. Didn't you want one? Fair. I took the garlic and watched as Henry took half a cucumber and ate it, alternating bites of garlic and cucumber. I looked at the garlic in my hand. 10 my gazi fell on body. The dog shivered in fear and quickly ran to hide in each dog house. I had no choice but to pop the garlic in my mouth, and the speechiness almost brought tears to my eyes. After spitting out the garlic, I was met with enough disdain. I can't tell you can't handle you liquor. What a waste. What does eating garlic have to do with drinking? I can't drink. Henry, I want some garlic. Ashley came over and asked for a clove, but the moment she put it in her mouth, she scrunched up her face and spit it out. Body, thinking it was a treat, came over for a sniff and promptly fainted. I burst out laughing. Haha, Henry. Body can't handle VHS liquor either. He passed out from the garlic. Henry, I'm seriously impressed. I can't believe you can eat something so spicy. Ashley told Katie and ran to get some water. Henry snorted, turned, and went back into the living room. She then said to me coldly, "From now on, Ryan will be managing you and Liam. Either you or I'm such, so make sure you accept." I thought to myself, Ryan, my sister really knows how to make trouble for me. Whatever. The gossip on Ryan is even better. Better. How much better? Henry wanted to hear more, but my mouth was on fire, so I ran to get water. After drinking some water, my mouth felt less spicy. I heard Dad's voice from the living room. Ethan, your sister sent you contact requests. Go ahead and accept them. I appended time sergeant so far free and requests, one from each of my 3 sisters and one from Ryan. I ignored Ryan's and only accepted my sisters. The moment I accepted, all 3 sisters sent me money. My eyes lit up when I saw the cash and I was ecstatic when I saw their amounts. I quickly sent a praise emoji. I'm rich. My sisters are making it rain. More. So happy hearing my get it out. My sisters felt a strong sensation. This brother seemed much easier to please than Liam. Too bad here a bit blind. I take back what I just thought, but I can't tell them a secret. A secret? The whole family perked up their ears. I walked over to them and whispered, "I tell you a secret." Seeing their strong expressions, I thought I had been too loud, so I lowered my voice even more. I saw a word that hides each's secret stash of cash. That would never have guessed that on a day he wasn't home, the entire family would unearth all each's hidden money. There is money everywhere in the study. The treasure hunt begins. It's so exciting. It's everywhere. Mom immediately started searching the bookshelves. She took down the highest book on the shelf, a copy of Journey to the West, and opened it to find it was filled with cash. Where are the pages? Did it turn it them? That wasn't all. Mom then grabbed a copy of Romance of the Three Kingdoms and found that half of it was book and the other half was money. Mom was grinding her teeth in anger. My 3 sisters had started out just casually looking, but they got more and more excited, as if they were on a scavenger hunt for free money, completely oblivious to their hair's dark expression. Victor roared out, "That is amazing. It's like he hides money in each's nostrils." Henry thought, "That's nothing. Look at this flowerboard I found. It's all cash underneath." Ashley came over to show off. "That's small potatoes. What I found is really impressive." 3 hits had rolled together and gasped in unison. That actually hid money inside the sofa. How did he get it in there? I bet there is more inside. We should cut it open and see. Henry brought over a pair of scissors and with a couple of snips, she cut open the sofa. They were stunned. It was packed with cash. How long had he been saving this? It was only then that they noticed Mom's foul mood and quickly stood quietly to the side. Mom stuffed all the money into bags and urged them to keep looking. "Search. If you break or ruin anything, I take full responsibility." That's what I was waiting for. I excitedly grabbed a hammer and looked at my sisters. They were shocked. "What are you going to smash?" I pointed to a pillar. My sisters were even more astonished. "It's a solid pillar. How could he hide money in there?" Victoria reached out and knocked on it, then fell silent. It was hollow. Mom snatched the hammer,
Suong IT, and a plastic ripped $100 bill fell out. Victoria reached out to pull IT, and IT just kept coming until there was a huge pile on the floor. Everyone realized this was far more serious than they thought. Here's even more in mom and dad's bedroom. What? Here's more in the bedroom. It's over. Dad is going to get a serious talking to when he gets home. After finishing the study, everyone searched the bedroom even more meticulously. Clothes, pants, pillows, and undershirts were all turned inside out. Henry, Victoria, you have to come see this. A fool of terror gathered round, and well, it was indescribable. The taped money together in the shape of underwear and hung it in the closet. How did mom not notice? It's so obvious. Mom's teeth were grinding as she threw the $100 of underwear into the bag. I quietly walked over to the balcony, pulled a plant out of its pot, and took out a small packet. Henry quickly snatched IT, a penny IT, and found IT was full of diamonds. That was one expensive plant. I then pulled down the balcony curtain, and Victoria went over for a closer look, discovering that the decorative tassels were actually all necklaces. No way. It's so obvious. How did mom not see this? Mom spoke in a low voice. Your father told me he bought them from a street vendor. A huge pile for $100 and thought they looked nice as decorations. Victoria pulled one down to examine it. Mom, these are all real. Each one is worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. Wait, where did it get so many jewels to hide? I was trying so hard not to lie. You really can't blame it for this one. A jewelry company owed him money and paid him back in jewels. They thought they were too cheap to give each other as gifts, but they looked nice, so he hung them up. The whims of the rich. Just then, Dad's voice came from outside. Honey, I'm home. My three sisters quickly put down the money. Mom, I have something to take care of at the office, so I'm heading out. I've been resting for 2 days. I need to get back to work. I'm shifting my schedule back to the US now, and I need enough help with a few things, so I go with her. And with that, the three of them abandoned me and ran. I was startled and quickly said, Mom, I'm going to the kitchen to see if there is anything to eat. I'm hungry. Run. Mom is not acting normal. As my three sisters were leaving, they ran into Dad coming up the stairs. The three of them gave him a look of pity. Dad was confused. What was with that look? Do I owe you money? Dad, you're on your own. We have to go. After they left, he ran into me and исчез их присён immediately совсем нет. Ethan, my boy, where have you been? I gave a sweet smile. Playing in your study and bedroom. Dad's interest was piqued. Playing what? A game of find the money. Find the money. Dad's face suddenly stiffened. No, he asked nervously. Is your mother in the room? I nodded obediently. Yep, she sharpened. I mean counting money. Dad trembled. It's over. How am I going to explain this? Usually one man hide money. It's for some ulterior motive, but I was really just hiding it, not using it. I'm innocent. I haven't done anything wrong. Dad gave I now curtly and turned to leave. I just remembered here is a contract at the office. I forgot to bring home. Can you tell your mom not to wait for me for dinner tonight? Dad, get in here. Mom's calm voice called out. I shook my head in mock sympathy. Saber Dad, don't blame me. If we don't find IT now and the company goes bankrupt later, the house will be seized and someone else will get all your hidden cash. So, it's better to just give IT to mom. You're a family. No need to be so formal. Dad had no choice but to walk into the bedroom with HS hit Hankla. He was shocked by the disastrous state of the room. IT was over. They had found everything. He quickly dropped HS back and went to her piece mom. I can't explain. Really. I didn't mean to hide IT from you. I just didn't want you to worry. Mom took a deep breath and chose to trust her husband. All right, explain. Remember 10 years ago when the company almost went under during the financial crisis? I thought, what if something like that happens again and we have no money? So, I started saving back then. I swear I haven't spent a single penny recklessly. Mom found IT both funny and heartbreaking. Fine. Then you find all the money yourself and either give IT to me to deposit or give IT to our son. Just don't keep IT in the house anymore. What if there is a fire one day? That broke out in a cold sweat. Find IT.
Find it all and give it all to my son. WH didn't think of that. If there was a fire, all my money would be gone. I didn't hear any more commotion and felt a little disappointed. Mom actually believed that that's nonsense.
He might not have spent it recklessly, but he definitely used some of it to buy alcohol.
That face bombed. You little traitor.
Mom's furious roar echoed from inside the room. Liam finally couldn't stand it anymore and came out of HA's room.
Liam, who had been on a hunger streak, appeared HA's door and saw me.
He looked round with terror and seeing no one else, asked me pitifully. Brot, where are the sisters?
They ran off. Said there was an emergency at the company. Liam was stunned for 2 seconds. Then HA's face changed and tears started streaming down. Before I could react, he threw himself on me, crying. Brother.
Hearing that news just made me feel so awful.
Can you just let me hug you? As he spoke, he started pushing me towards the stairs. No, let go of me. If you want to see ROI and make a scene, don't do it on me. I don't know how to comfort people. I only know how to hit them. You want to tear ROI? A man launching a sneak attack.
Just what I'd expect from someone who eats imported snacks.
Is clinging to me and won't let go. At such a game. Is getting tears all over my new clothes. I can't see Katie anymore. I jabbed him right in the armpit. Liam yelled in pain and let go.
HA's face twisted up, forgetting even to see ROI.
He stared at me in disbelief. Brother, you actually hit me.
I sniffed my fingers.
Good. No. Bo. Leah's face turned ashen. You not only hit me, but you insult me, too. Am you a brother? What brother? What part of you looks like me? Never mind. You do kind of look like my deceased neighbor. You're not HA's son, are you?
Liam was trembling with anger.
Brother, can't you say something nice for once?
Say something nice. You're the only one allowed to play the victim, but I'm not allowed to be sarcastic.
So dramatic. I ignored him and turned to go downstairs. A vicious look flashed in Leah's eyes. That bastard. He reached out to grab my arm, but it was like I hit ace in the back of my head. I dodged and he ended up lunging over the railing and sliding down. I thought to myself, so smooth. That was fun.
Too bad you didn't fall and break your neck.
Liam pulled HA's hand back and carefully made HA's way down the stairs, holding the railing.
I watched him wobble down the stairs from below and sneered internally, wearing shoe lifts, even at home.
Such a passer.
Once downstairs, Liam looked round, hoping someone in the house would come and show him some concern. But he found that none of the maids were around. He couldn't help but ask me, Brot, where are the maids?
I heard there was trouble at the company. So, they took the money and ran. Ran where? They got a half day off to go shopping. Liam was shocked again. He didn't believe it and secretly called Victor. Hello, Victor. WHY did you live without saying anything? Is the company okay? She said it was fine. He hesitated, then added, Sister, I gave all my money to the... A warmth spread through Victoria's heart.
She hadn't expected her brother to be so considerate as to offer money to help the company, unlike Ethan, who only caused trouble.
He sent you some money. After hanging up, Liam smugly opened HA's armsrach. But when he saw the transfer amount, HA's face turned blacker than the bottom of a pot. 16,000 was Victor treating him like a bar. Did you said to be at least $500,000? And this? Deleted the message, feeling a bit puzzled.
WHY did that person want him to get the Miller family's assets and also establish himself in the entertainment industry? But he trusted that person because all the benefits went to him, so WHY wouldn't he do it?
Liam was starving in the kitchen while I was in the yard petting the dog and leisurely enjoying the drama. Liam is thinking that he gave HA's money to the tent is afraid he won't get it back. Is panicking almost to the point of fainting. Should I go over and give him a pinch to snap him out of it? Wait. He used the money to hire paid trolls to slander me. I don't get it.
My reputation is already so bad that bleached solvent clean it. WHY is Liam still hiring people to attack me. This guy really can't read the room. Although I gained a lot of attention from the island show thanks to the rampage of my haters, my reputation is even worse than before.
Alright, body. Let me show you how people on Twitter are cursing out my haters. I held my phone in front of the dog. The dog thought, Email doc. Why am I looking at a phone? If I look at it, it'll make me seem smart.
What if someone finds out and takes me away for research?
Body was deeply worried. I slapped him on the head. Pay attention. The dog wanted to see Roy, but could only pretend to understand.
I thought, see that they hit people, cares people, can go crazy at any moment, and carry 9 different kinds of weapons.
It's shocking.
My haters are even more vicious than I am.
I scrolled to another comment to show him.
And this person is calling my haters morons, think here as irrational and inhamrnase is certain washed up celebrity.
That's a roundabout way of insulting me.
I put my phone away and looked up at the sky. The evening glow reflected on my delicate features, but I looked completely out of place.
System host.
Lirm is plotting against you again. You were glowing with a golden hour just now and it triggered him.
What's wrong with him?
Is jealous of my golden glow. Why doesn't he just fly up and hang out with the sun? So is having can find me a couple of better opportunities.
Well, thank you so much. I think Lirm is such a nice guy. I should get him a little gift, too.
I nudged the dog and sauntered into the kitchen. In the kitchen, Lirm was fumbling around trying to cook some noodles. I leaned against the door frame with my arms crossed and exclaimed, "You're doing it wrong. You're supposed to put the noodles in first, then the sugar. Why did you add the salt?"
Lirm wanted to get angry, but he held it in. He gave me a dirty look. Who put sugar in their noodles?
I told watch anymore and just dumped all the seasonings he was holding into the pot.
Ever heard of noodle goulash? You can't even cook noodles. Lirm watched from the side, on the verge of tears. Stop adding stuff. Is that even edible for humans? My hand paused. You want to bet the dog will eat it?
Finally, I finished cooking the noodles. It was a black, indistinguishable lump.
If you knew, you'd say it was noodles. If you didn't, you'd think it was a charcoal briquette.
Lee's hands were shaking and he finally couldn't take it anymore.
He threw down his chopsticks and ran. You eat it. I'm ordering tea out.
I picked up the chopsticks and shook my head in disappointment.
You should have said so earlier. I went to all this trouble for nothing. If you're not eating it, I give it to the dog. I took the noodles out to the earth and gave them to Body. He sniffed it and then started gobbling it down. I wondered, is it that good?
Why didn't Lirm eat it?
Not long after, the dog threw up everything he had eaten, including his lunch.
I felt awkward and pretended to look at my phone, but then I saw a new deposit notification.
I counted the zeros uncertainly.
Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, $2 million deposited today.
I couldn't stop grinning.
Mom transferred all of that hidden money to me and told me not to tell my sisters.
I'm not an idiot. I won't tell them.
And from now on, I act as poor as possible around them.
So those 3 spendthrifts don't take the money and give it to Lirm.
With the money in my account, I forgot all about the sick dog. In a good mood, I opened time search and accepted Ryan's friend request. I wanted to see what kind of opportunities he had found for me.
The moment I accepted, Ryan sent a flood of messages.
I opened them and saw scripts, audition roles, and even the times and locations for the auditions.
Is this guy really that nice? Too bad. Just like Lirm, is Rotlers. I opened one of the scripts.
GT was an adaptation of a popular novel called The Year I Left You, a dramatic romance about a wealthy family. In the story, the male and family leads are childhood sweethearts who are in love. But on the day the heroine plans to confess her feelings, the hero's family suffers a tragedy, forcing them apart. Years later, they meet again, and just when you think they get back together, it turns out the heroine has been holding a grudge all this time and relentlessly torments the hero. She even kisses another man in front of him. In the end, the hero, completely heartbroken, decides to leave town, but gets into a car accident on the day of his departure. The heroine is filled with regret and lives the rest of her life in misery.
System host. This show is Kevin's grief and in Nach's prison.
Kevin, the one my sister is paying $20,000 to be her boy toy.
What the hell? Only 20 grand. Who is she looking down on? She deserves to go to jail. Host, you're focusing on the wrong thing.
Kevin will be framed by Lirm in the show,
and your sister will take the fall and go to jail. I don't care. It's all up to fate. You can blame anyone but her for being so blind. I put a my phone away. A glint of gossip in my eyes. Let's go. Let's go. Time to get the dirt on my sister. I want to see how Liam be friends Kevin and how Henry messes with him. Host, don't you want to see your audition roll? I was so excited I forgot I have an audition, too. I open my phone again to look at the roll and